Hey, Sean here from Cine Talk. Last night I got the chance to go and see a screening of Attack the Block, which is a British sci-fi horror action comedy um, directed by Joe Cornish, who's I'm a big fan of Joe Cornish, Adam and Joe in general, so I was really looking forward to this. And for the screening you get these little envelopes, and inside they have questionnaire about what you thought of the film. Confidentiality form that I didn't sign. And usually get a free pencil, but I think so confidentiality form, blah, I didn't sign it. Thus I can talk about it. So I'm gonna go through the questions and just answer a few of them, and maybe you can get just of what I thought of the film. I'm going to be writing a full review over on cinetalk.tv. Hopefully it'll be up later tonight and you'll be able to check it out. So, male, female, male with age 28. How would you rate Attack the Block? Excellent, very good, good, fair, or poor? I would go for very good. I very rarely believe that a film could be excellent on the first viewing. Attack the Block certainly has the potential to be excellent because, man, I love this movie. But very good, I would say. Do you recommend Attack the Block to your friends, or would you recommend Attack the Block to your friends? Probably, I probably would. Some of my friends probably wouldn't like it, but hey, most of you guys will probably love it. So I went for probably there rather than definitely because all depends who they were. If you would definitely probably recommend the film, where or when would you recommend it be seen? At the cinema as soon as it opens? At the cinema sometime? Wait for watch it on DVD or Blu-ray? Wait to see it on pay-per-view? Wait for it? See it on television for free? I would definitely go and say see this film at the cinema. One, because I don't know, it feels like the sort of film that you can enjoy certainly in the cinema, and it is well worth paying for. And also, the soundtrack, which was scored by Basement Jaxx, is awesome and won't sound the same anywhere else. If you're not definitely recommend, well, I would recommend it, so I'm not gonna. What would you tell your friends about this movie? Not whether you liked it or not, but how would you describe it to them using single words and short phrases? Please focus on the film generally, rather than the storyline specifically. Right. It's funny. It's good. It's excellent. It's quite jumpy at some points. It's cool. I don't know. It's single words and short phrases. It's everything that you want it to be from coming from Joe Cornish. If you know Joe Cornish, it's everything that you want it to be. It's enjoyable. It never ever gets boring. It never does get boring. From the moment it starts, it's not boring at all. What did you especially like about the film? I liked that, it's a different setting for an alien invasion film. It's, excuse this, I'm having surgery on my finger. It's a different setting for an alien invasion film. I relate to it more because it's the London that I recognise, and I liked it because, like I said before, it just never got boring. There was not one moment in the film where I was thinking about something other than what was going on in the film. So, yeah, that's especially what I liked about the film. What, if anything, did you especially dislike about the film? Nothing. There was nothing that I didn't like about the film, so we can skip that. Which scenes or moments in the films did you most like? I'm going to skip this part. Contains spoilers. There were scenes, most of the scenes in which the youth of the cast were talking were very funny, very potent, and but there were specific scenes in it that I did enjoy, but I won't say them because of spoilers. And which, if any, worked less well for you? There weren't really any that worked less well for me. Considering what you knew about the film before you came, what level of expectations do you have? Quite high, middling, quite low. I had no expectations. My expectations were through the roof. I've been dying to see this film for so long, and yeah, so I would say that they were quite high. And which of the following did you find the film to be? It was better than expected. My expectations were high, the highest that they could possibly be for a film, and it was better than them. Did you find any parts of Attack the Block confusing that were not cleared up at the end? No. If you found any parts confusing, please explain. I didn't find any parts confusing. I found those two questions confusing. How would you describe the overall pace of the film? Just right, too fast, too slow, generally just right, but dragged in places. It was just right. Never boring. Can't remember how long the film was, running time, but it was perfectly paced. There was nothing I could have done more with, more of. There was nothing that I was craving more of. It never got slow. It never dragged or anything like that. And it had really, really good character development, even though it didn't drag. It had really good character development. I don't think the people I was in the audience would recognise that, because I hung around for the focus group afterwards and ripped the shit out of some people because they clearly didn't understand the film they were watching, even though it's reasonably simple. If you felt the film moved or either too slowly or too fast or dragged into no, how would you rate each of the following characters? So for each of these, you can rate them excellent, very good, good, fair, poor. Roy, played by Nick Frost, he was good. Nick Frost is not in this film for very long. He's almost a cameo part, but he will be all over the marketing for obvious reasons. It's Nick Frost. Sam by Jodie Whittaker, played by Jodie Whittaker. She was very good in this. Boris, played by Luke Treadaway. He was very good as well. Moses, played by John Boyega. He was excellent. He's kind of like the leader of the gang that take on the aliens. He was very good. He was, excellent. Pest, played by Alex Esmail. He was excellent. Probs and Mayhem. There are these two little kids in it called Probs and Mayhem. They're played by Sammy Williams and Michael Edgeo. They were good. They're really, really young kids, and they were funny for the most part. I think the audience laughed most when they were on screen, and they were very funny. The rest of the group of kids were all excellent. How would you rate each of the following elements? Again, these can be rated in excellent, very good, good, fair, poor. The story, very good. The humour, very good. Although I think that people outside of the UK might find the humour not to their liking. They use a lot of English slang in the film. The humour might not come across in it overseas. The settings were excellent. Like I said before, this is the London that I know, so the settings were excellent. The action, I thought, was excellent. I've seen about how the aliens were done for Attack of the Block, and they were using like a rotoscope technique, and it really, really worked in the action. The beginning, I love the beginning simply because of the opening scene, and the introduction to the characters was really, really done well. And the music right at the beginning was excellent as well, so that set us up for the whole film. The ending, again, was excellent. The pace was perfect, absolutely spot on. I haven't seen a film of this genre work so well with the pace. The look of the creatures, I thought, was excellent. Original, inventive. They looked really, really fucking scary and really cool. So yeah, I liked them. The suspense was very good. Which of the following words and phrases would you use to describe Attack the Block? So I've got a bunch of words here. Entertaining, different, original. I don't know about different, original. This is very much Tremors set in East London, or in a London estate. So, but the idea of an alien invasion movie set in London is quite different than original, especially the east side of London in a estate. And has a good story. British, it is a very British film, and I'm glad it's a very good British film. Funny, it is very good funny. A very good mix of horror and humour. Well acted. I mean, the actors that I know from previous films were good. Um, and I think a lot of the other kids were actual real kids rather than actors, so they weren't really acting. No. Good creatures, hilarious. I don't know if it's hilarious. I did laugh out loud a few times, but I don't know if it would be called hilarious. It might be. Good characters. I thought it was a must-see film. Definitely, this is a must-see film. Helped my interest throughout. It did. That's about it. All those words that I said out loud and kind of commented on, the ones that I would choose. If someone was thinking about buying a ticket to see Attack the Block, do you think each of the following would encourage them to buy a ticket, discourage them, or have no effect? So Nick Frost, he's going to be all over the market and people are going to go see this film. If you've seen the trailer, he does have the funny lines in the trailer, so people will flock just to see it. Nick Frost. Jodie Whittaker, I don't think that will have any effect on ticket sales. Luke Treadaway, I don't think so. The group of kids may encourage a lot of younger people to go and see this film because it's directed to Joe Cornish. I would say that's the reason primarily I was interested in this film. Do you want realistic time? Oh no, sorry, the humour. Yep, definitely. I think that will encourage the story. Definitely encourage people to see it. The fact that it's from the producers of Shaun of the Dead and Paul, I'm sure that's going to be everywhere on every single poster as much as possible. That will encourage people to go and see it, or buy a ticket at least. The action, no effect. The horror, I don't think that will have any effect on ticket sales. The story about an alien invasion, that may be a good encouragement. And the countable state setting, definitely. I think people from London and who live in council estates will probably be encouraged to see it because it's set in a place that they know. Did Attack the Block remind you of any other movies? Yes. If yes, please state which films you were reminded of. Any sort of genre-bending movie, really. Ones that mix horror, comedy, science fiction, like Gremlins, Critters, Tremors I mentioned. Any of those sort of movies, especially ones from the 80s, like B movies, but done well, would be films that Attack the Block reminded me of in a good way as well. Who do you think the film appeals to? Males more than females, females more than males, males and females equally. I think males and females equally. You will love this film. Trust me, you will love this film. Which of the following age groups does the film appeal to? I would say 15 and upwards. Film goers who enjoy different films and funny films and and action films and sci-fi films. I don't think this has an age-specific group. I think a lot of people can enjoy this. I found the pencil that comes free with this, by the way. It's nice and sharp. Now that you've seen the movie, would you have felt satisfied paying normal price at the cinema? Yes. I paid to see a lot of films, and I'm disappointed so often. This film I would definitely pay to see, and you should pay to see, and let me know what you think. Like I said, I'll write a proper review. This is not a review, this is just answering the questionnaire that comes free with it. But I'll write a proper review on cinetalk.tv. Check it out. Maybe you're the sort of person who doesn't check out reviews. Thus, this is a pretty good review for you. The film's excellent. The directing's excellent. The writing is excellent. This film is certainly one of my top 3 films of this year so far. I'm watching The Block. I don't have with me the release date, but when it comes out in a cinema near you,